Oh, welcome back, Mike from Canavan Wealth. It's Tuesday, so it's Mike Reads the Journal. It is April 11th, and we're going to dive right into it. Markets have held up shockingly well this week. We're only down about 1/4%. I say that because we did so well last week. Tough day here, a week ago, but year to date, still up about 7% for the year. We've got, I think, inflation numbers coming out tomorrow. That'll be a big tell. We'll probably talk about that next week. All right, first article here is about my favorite topic, ChatGPT, artificial intelligence. This is about, possible kind of regulations that maybe are being discussed around artificial intelligence and all sorts of stuff. I've said it before on this channel. I'm going to say it again here. It's a lot of what I'm going to talk about today. We are in a transitional time period in America, in human experience, and artificial intelligence is going to dramatically change everything in the next 3 years, in my opinion. We have truly, I think, entered a new era, and how it is going to transform and what the world is going to look like in 3 years is anybody's guess. I don't think we have any hope of understanding what the future of our existence is going to be like after artificial intelligence, starts transforming it. And it's, in this very near future that I think is really going to transform it. I would like to kind of, a personal kind of experience on artificial intelligence is this article that came up on my phone. I'm a big tabletop gamer. I do some computer gaming as well, but I'm more kind of board games. I role play D&D, every role playing system under the sun. This is, kind of been my entire existence. And this is an article from kind of a coder here who has been using ChatGPT to run. He ran this D&D session, Dungeons and Dragons, this role playing session. It is crazy, right? He effectively posts the entire role playing session that they play, with the computer, and it blew me away, right? I was just not ready to see the sophistication that is coming through this. I will put this article here. I won't ramble on about a role playing system when, many of my viewers couldn't care less about that. But artificial intelligence is coming. We can try and regulate it. It's certainly something that if you're uncertain about it, uneasy, scared, that's a perfectly rational thing to, fear the unknown. But I think it's kind of a losing internal dialogue to try and have too much of a concern about a future that we just don't understand what it's going to look like. So we should absolutely go into it with eyes open and concern and caution, but at the same time, it's coming. It's already here, is the truth of it. And I'm a little excited about it to see, what the future is going to bring. All right. This is about remote work is the new way we will outsource jobs, right? So this doesn't, when in a world of 3.5% unemployment, I think this is more of an opportunity for businesses than necessarily the fact that we're going to be losing jobs overseas, because the opposite of this is also true, which is, other outside countries can tap into American talent remotely now, since you can largely kind of work anywhere. And then I'm doing this specifically after ChatGPT because this talks about, a company's looking for people and they realize that they could make this position remote. And then they realize, well, if we make it remote, we can just hire someone in India. And this, I think, is a even bigger deal on the heels of ChatGPT, in that I don't think we're that far from effectively a universal translator, where if you're working remotely, I don't think we're that far from a world where you can be on the same Slack, Discord, whatever it is, sending emails back and forth that are just automatically translated and do a heck of a job better than current translators, because they work fundamentally differently than how current translators kind of work. And you can conduct your business in whatever language it is, as long as there's a big enough resource on the internet of that language in order to translate well. And, you don't even need to speak English or Chinese or whatever it is that you are working with a particular company. I think remote work, the further globalization is absolutely going to be breaking language barriers and working across the globe, which I think is great. In the long run, obviously there'll be a lot of growing pains, and the U.S. has always faced outsourcing of our labor. Simple truth is our population is not growing that much, so our labor force is actually a limit on us. So if we can tap into places like India, where population, although it has certainly slowed down, is still in a robust place with lots of young workers. So, which brings us to our next article about India. So this specifically is talking about Apple moving into India, specifically for kind of smartphone sales as well as production, right? Apple makes most of their iPhones in China right now, and China's also a big consumer of those actual phones. This is talking about how India is becoming a major player in that. This is the growth of their cell phones. But I really just want to talk about India has been the next up and coming economy for the last 30 years. And has kind of fallen short in many ways for many of those years, but there are a lot of indicators that may change here in the near future. There's a lot about the way kind of India developed. It was in one of my books. I don't remember exactly which one, that talked a ton about kind of India as a developing country and why there was a lot of hurdles there, but a lot of those hurdles are being overcome right now. And it would not shock me if in 5 to 10 years we are talking about India as the next up and coming superpower that is going to rival and challenge the U.S. In a dramatic way, more so than possibly China, or they're squared off against each other. And this is going to be a big deal for India kind of entering the developed world. We talk a lot on this channel about demographics of both China and the U.S. that are becoming top heavy. That is not necessarily the case in India, although they will eventually face that inevitability as well as they continue to develop and modernize. But India has a very robust population that is still growing, that is worker heavy. So that is, at least my understanding. I may learn differently about India here in the near future. So that's really, I just want to talk about kind of India as an up and coming economy. Has been that way for a long time, but we're going to see it, I think, in a big way. All right. Well, that is, do I have a follow-up slide? I do. Yeah. If you like the video, please do like it and subscribe for similar content. Next week, I believe, is next Wednesday, is the seminar for April. You can sign up for that on the website, and then we'll have the May 1 details out very soon. I will talk to you soon. Thank you.